Welcome back. While the temporary closures of businesses, schools, and other public facilities are necessary to reduce the exposure to the coronavirus, the actions are bringing financial uncertainty to thousands of people who are dealing with layoffs and furloughs. Everybody has been impacted in some way because of this. Financial expert Steve Siebold, author of the book How Money Works, joining us live via Skype this morning to discuss how to keep your money as safe as possible during these crazy times and maybe even get some financial opportunities when this is all said and done. Good morning, Steve. Where do we start here?
Well, if you can possibly afford it, I recommend looking at purchasing assets, things that rental properties, equities, obviously in the stock market. Everything is on sale right now. So if you have the means, it would be a really great time to start making some investments.
How do you know, obviously everyone's situation is different. How do you know how much risk to take here?
Well, that's a really good question. That's why I always recommend people to contact your financial professional. This is not a time for amateur play. This is for the professionals. That's why you have a financial professional to kind of guide you through and see if it's something you can afford to do.
And when you talk about negotiating your debt, what does that conversation look like with your financial expert? What kind of questions do you need to be asking to inform yourself?
Well, right now, no one knows, of course, what's going to happen. But what it looks like is we're going to have to make it through the summer, it looks like, at some level. Who knows? Tomorrow could be different. No one has a crystal ball. But I would contact your bank. Look at, if you have a mortgage, I would look at trying to get your mortgage deferred at least 90 days. If you have other debt, I would try to get the payments deferred at least 90 days, because that's what it looks like it's going to take to for this thing to sort of wind down.
And is this a good time to refinance your home mortgage? Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. Rates are at historic lows. We may never see these low rates again. Again, no one has a crystal ball, but it looks like it's a really good time to refinance if that's something that you can afford to do. It's something to look into for sure.
And this is interesting. When we talk about the opportunity side of things, this could be maybe a blessing in disguise where you could possibly come up with a side hustle.
Definitely. Something part-time, possibly. Obviously, hardly anyone can work right at this point. But definitely look into some things you're interested in. Maybe it's driving for a ride share or starting a business. And remember, there's tax advantages in starting a business. So that's something you can look toward, too, as the economy opens back up.
All right. And tell us more where we can learn about your book.
Well, our book is called How Money Works, and it's basically the personal finance book all of us should have been taught in school that we're not. And if you're, for the first 100 people that contact me, I'll send them a free book if that's something they're interested in. The rest of the people, sure, they're welcome to read it. They can read it in an hour, and they'll understand the basics of personal finance. It's a good time to do it while we all have time.
No kidding. And take Steve up on that offer. This is a great time to do it. Steve, thank you so much. Give us that website one more time.
It's Steve. My email to contact to get the book is steve@howmoneyworks.com.
All right. Take him up on that. 100 free books he's giving away. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
All right. 11:42 right now. RVs for MD.